Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. I am once again your honorary Longtime Watcher, B-Drops, while King Fats is still currently unavailable, unfortunately, but he should hopefully be available for the next one, so please, well wishes for him.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, and money, maybe, if you feel like it.
Computer parts.
Yeah, computer parts.
The shocker computer virus got to him.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
He stuck that little tube into the slot and it was all bad.
As you've probably heard at this point now, I am joined today by my first-time writers. Joining me is the recently returned from short sojourn away, the magical whale gopher.
Hey. Thank you.
Warm welcomes back.
Thank you for the welcomes back.
Action Shakespeare.
Hello, I'm still here.
And regular guest at this point, welcome back once again, Public Opinion.
It's me, the Hayato of the podcast.
Damn.
Oh, that's so cool.
Frequently going to South America.
I hope you have a good time.
Disappear for long stretches at a time, but I've returned. Am I dressed really cool?
Are you in a cowboy hat?
Probably.
Use the theater of the imagination to think of how cool I might look. Well, in real life,
In a
I'm
cowboy
wearing
hat.
pajama pants.
Submit your Public Opinion fan art down below.
What's everybody's podcast outfits?
Real or fake?
Real. What are you rocking? Who are you wearing?
Are you sincerely IRL asking what are you wearing right now?
Look, P.O. offered. I figure it's fair we all get it.
I have not even finished the intro.
What are you wearing?
This seems preemptive,
Hey,
is all I
listener.
am saying.
Hey, listener, what are you wearing? Call me. 1-900. Are you slapping? Alright, go.
That is so many figures. Speaking of large figures, we are going to be covering episode 93, 8 Kamen Riders, as well as episode 94, The True Identity of the Gelshocker Leader. But first, I have to segue to myself for the death count once again. Take it away, me.
A rapturous applause appears.
Whoever's doing that, thank you for pressing the button for the laugh track. I appreciate it.
As the camera pans from B to B.
It's one of his clones.
Better watch out. They're only still alive because we have something to do right now, and then the moment that's over.
They die.
Yeah.
Do we have
it's
to add
over.
them to the death count?
Place your bets. We'll see.
Okay.
The death count is quite light this time around. I'll just be frank with you up front. We have one kill for episode 91, the Centigrapede Big Bad kill, where he is plummeted into the earth. Episode 92 has 3 total kills, 2 which were just the sad little prisoners that were killed as an experiment by a Flytrebee's spray. It's been a long time since we've seen some random guys just held prisoner to be killed by Shocker. I don't want to say I miss it, but it has been a while.
It is nostalgic in a way.
It is a little nostalgic. Maybe not pleasantly, but it does remind me of times gone by. We also had a miscellaneous kill in episode 92 when Chie threw the knife and killed that mook, and that was really cool. So
I'm sure she's gonna do a lot more cool stuff.
yeah, we will get to that though. So that gives us 1 kill for Kamen Rider for these 2 episodes, bringing him up to 219 out of 513 total kills for Team Kamen Rider. We have 2 kills for Gelshocker, bringing them up to 44 out of 263 total kills for Team Shocker. 1 new miscellaneous kill by a whole new person, which is always exciting, bringing their total up to 57 total kills. and 4 kills total for these 2 episodes, bringing us up to a grand total of 833 total kills as of Kamen Rider episode 92.
Gosh. You know, I hope the miscellaneous at least gets up to 60 kills.
Me too.
They gotta step on that gas. They gotta bring it.
I
Gotta step on those necks.
Yeah, we got this whole anti-shocker group being our pals now, so like maybe, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we'll definitely see them.
Maybe
I
we'll
don't
throw
know.
another knife.
I want to see.
Maybe.
By the end of the series, I hope Taki gets 2 swords and just gets to like lay waste to a dozen moves.
That would be so cool. We just need him to get another FBI friend introduced who gets horrifically murdered. Like, this was like, it's going to be like his literal brother. Like, this was my twin brother. I admired him and I enrolled because it was always his dream. And they killed him. I must avenge him. I don't know.
And then
they're
And then he puts on a disguise and gets caught immediately.
incredibly in character. I would love to see it. The bar is just, it's such a weird place for Taki, constantly being terrible at being a spy, but also having everyone he's ever known or loved be murdered or be immune to murder by being a cyborg.
I mean, I feel like those things mostly go hand in hand. Like, if you're bad at spying, then, I don't know, I feel like that will probably endanger the people around you.
That's the moral of this episode of this podcast. Please become a better spy,
Yeah.
that you may better protect your loved ones.
If you're a spy, do not tell us in the comments. That would destroy the moral of the story.
Please don't tell me that you're a spy in the comments, unless you're a bad spy, in which case, I guess, what does it matter what I tell you? Anyway, we are going to be talking about Kamen Rider episode 93, 8 Kamen Riders, originally aired January 6th, 1973. Don't forget that date, it will come up later on the test.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten it.
Oh no, go for
Yeah.
The 50-year anniversary of that date is 3 months away.
Exciting. We're almost
Yeah.
50 years away from this horrific tale.
This is the first Kamen Rider of the new year. They left them on quite the cliffhanger for over the for New Year's Eve.
They did. He was there until the next year. It was incredible.
See you next year, Kamen Rider. Have a nice trip.
I will get us through a good chunk of the synopses so we can proceed. We resume on Kamen Rider, clinging desperately to the cliff at the ocean's edge, as I'm pretty sure we insinuated just as much right now. Just as Shocker Rider proclaims his victory, Fly Trippy requests the honor of putting down Kamen Rider himself and moves in closer to stomp on Kamen Rider's shoulder. Kamen Rider grabs hold of the cyborg and plunges them both into the waters below. Shocker Rider laughs, declaring them both to be dead, and casts the intel into the waters after them. However, a new Gelshocker cyborg, Moth, appears from the water in time to catch the intel, and informs Shocker Rider that his orders have changed. The intel is to be processed by Gelshocker computers, and Shocker Rider is now to deliver fake intel to the Anti-Shocker Alliance that, upon being analyzed by their computers, will emit killer sound waves. Taki and Tachibana arrive, and Shocker Rider and Moth put on a mock fight to maintain Shocker Rider's cover. Shocker Rider lies to Taki and Tachibana, saying that he has defeated both the monster and Shocker's Rider imposter. As Gelshocker soldiers appear on the scene, Shocker Rider engages in another mock fight as he urges Taki and Tachibana to deliver the fake intel to the Anti-Shocker Alliance, and they do so. Alright, so
It's truly funny how this episode is just how this episode starts just with a revolving door of the monster. This guy was in primo condition. He could have lasted a whole other episode. No, fuck this guy. Throw him off a cliff. New guy immediately jumps out from where the old guy died.
Yeah,
I think it's like quite literally within a minute of finishing the recap at the beginning, they have
Yeah.
killed him.
I think Flytrapy gets the most, ignoble death of any kaijin. Like,
you know,
completely without ceremony. No explosion, nothing.
Yeah, no, he just gets
Yeah.
tossed into the water.
Like, we've had some kaijin that have definitely not been the forefront antagonist of the episode they appear in, but at least they were, like, killed at the end of their introductory episode in the standardized way. They fight and there's a big explosion.
There's a finishing move. Like, it's all,
this guy was
it's all very nice.
a weird straggler that they just snipped right off.
Get out of here. I'm gonna throw you down this insanely high cliff. It's definitely very high up. I'm dangling for my life. Ignore the wide shot where there was clearly like 3 feet between me and the water.
died so quickly that I don't even
So-
have him in my notes.
Yeah, so quickly. Like, I guess he's just like water soluble or something. I don't know what happened to this man.
It's the raging white water waves crash
Yeah.
against the rocks.
Being
My
a
Oh, sorry?
plant, just totally saltwater just killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ugh.
fair.
can't handle it.
poor creature. My note for him getting grabbed into the water just reads, ha ha ha, wow.
Yeah, my first note for
Fair.
the episode is just
Dang.
Shocker Rider's evil laughter, which happened after. Like, nothing
Yeah.
for poor Flytrapy.
Which sounds suspiciously
Yeah.
like Hongo's normal laughter.
It does. I love it. It's so menacing. I don't know why I wrote this way, but my note for while he's laughing says, same though SR. Why did I abbreviate his name? I don't know.
You're getting real chummy with Shocker Rider.
I am opposed to this personally.
What's
thought-
up,
I don't know.
SR? How you doing? That's what I thought they had. That's what I thought him and Flytrapy or whatever had
Right?
together.
They were such a good team.
He was just like, ha, both those jobbers are dead. Now I can be the star.
Dang.
Yeah, the way he just dismisses the death of his friend, it's like he's an evil monster or something.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a real
So
good
that-
worker, though, so we gotta keep him in the company.
But
I
my
think
first. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I think you have a point, Pio.
I was just gonna say that my first note was also Shocker Rider's laugh because it is Hongo's laughter, but it is extra evil. It's like I want to say like this is a sort of a deep pull, but almost like a deeper pitched version of Father Grigori from Half-Life 2. Right?
Oh man, yeah, a little. He's just gonna start quoting Bible verses and punching a bunch of Gel Shocker mooks,
Hmm.
Might as well.
lighting them on fire.
Does a hearty belly laugh for those who aren't familiar.
Imagine a very hearty Russian man laughing. Or
Okay.
Eastern European. I don't really know where he actually lands, but it's vaguely
Half-Life
Russian.
2. It's all Eastern European area.
Yeah.
Vaguely Eastern European.
If we're discussing first notes, mine was 8 writers, maybe more.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Imagine. Does anybody else have any notes for this section, or would we like to move on to talking about our new guy who has appeared?
I mean, yeah, he's here now.
Yeah.
Well, like, this is kind of a thing as the guy's appearing, but it's a little ironic because they just killed one of the Shocker guys for no reason, other than they didn't fit in the script. But I was thinking that it's nice that they're finally doing more than one Shocker agent or Shocker cyborg per episode.
Technically.
Like, technically, and, I was counting, the Shocker writer with that.
Okay.
Because it feels like they're making progress. They're not just waiting for Kamen Rider to do a thing, at least not as much, which is very evident with, watching all of the series back to back. That I don't know, I just appreciated that these few episodes are starting to break away from that trend, I think.
I can see that. It's slightly less formulaic than it has been for quite a while in this regard.
That, and they're also just there's a plot that's going.
Yeah.
Thank God and Jesus.
This past
and even Kamen Rider.
And Buddha even, yeah.
And Buddha. Who else? Get all your deities in the bucket, let's go.
Nah, I was just sticking to the Saint Young Men. That's enough for me.
I love these boys.
It didn't click.
They're just like me for real.
Height of hubris.
It's been a
Please
thing.
go ahead.
Okay, it's been a thing for a while, but it didn't click to me until I saw Rapoi Moth and Shocker Rider together. That they all share the yellow boots. Almost all, not universally, but most of the Gel Shocker Kaijin have had yellow boots, and the evil riders have the yellow boots and gloves.
They gotta stay on brand.
Yeah, they're pretty good at that. It's a cute touch. I like it.
I like how Fake Shocker really is just like able to work fight. It just becomes actual pro wrestling where he just starts faking combat. Like, he's just calling it on the fly with a new Shocker monster and a whole set of mooks. It's just like, all right, we gotta convince him. We gotta start doing it. It makes the slight botching of stunts actually kind of feel like a real thing in the plot.
Yeah.
Like that Shocker mook was just really bad at faking it. There's a couple little slips with some of the weaponry, catching it and shit.
Oh, but it was intentional, we can say now.
Yeah, no, it was all part of the act. They were just goofing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not trying to actually murder each other with their gaffy sticks or whatever they are.
Yeah. They're Tusken Raiders. It's the same thing. I guess, yeah, let's talk about this guy.
Rapoi Moth. What a name that doesn't roll off the tongue remotely.
Do you remember what the Japanese name was?
I don't. Please allow me a moment to look it up if you would like to proceed to talk about this creature.
Sure, I'll take a crack at it. He got a big bug face. I mean, it is like, as you might guess, a moth is a very large part of this design. But like has like a head covering that goes all the way back down. I guess kind of like a manta ray.
Yeah,
is the idea. That kind of thin wings.
It's got a fully moth face, but then like a cowl coming off of it that is, like a whole ray.
But little antennas sticking out still. And he has the stinger on his right gripper. So we got weird Gwippa. Check. We got fuzzy belt line. No belt. No Shocker championship belt this time.
That's true.
What look like several tubes make his abdomen.
Yeah, he's got kind of a Michelin Man.
Yeah, like tires. Yeah, that's what I meant. But red. And he's I don't know what was going on with his other hand. It looks like it should be like shooting something. They look like little guns.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got like weird, like bamboo shoot fingers, but I don't know what's going on with that. I guess probably just trying to go for like segmented bug carapace.
Yeah, I can't think of any other thing.
So, I have found the Japanese name,
and
it is not any more enlightening than the English name. The Japanese name is Edokuga, so it is not really describing it any further than the English name does, which is it's a poisonous moth and like a ray, like a stingray.
Okay.
So that's what we have. It's
Rapoi moth.
Rapoi moth. I don't know what Rapoi moth. Can we do better? I don't know, because I'm sitting here saying I don't like it, but what would I have said instead?
Rapoi moth sounds like something that wouldn't be spelled. It would like a French word that wouldn't be spelled how you think it is phonetically whatsoever. like a dish name.
Poimot.
All right.
Yeah, you pronounce it Rapoi moth. Oh.
Hear me out here.
Okay.
2 words. Poison followed up by the Kaijin's name. And it's poison manta moth.
There we go.
Yeah.
We've already go for crack the code. Instantly better. Already it
alternative.
Even poison manta moth is still fine.
Yeah, it tells you the exact same amount of information in a much clearer way, and it just rolls off the tongue way better.
Yeah, and it's Kamen Rider. I don't think anybody is going to have much ground saying, but manta rays aren't the ones with the stingers. And I don't think moths actually emit poisonous dust, but here we are.
Here's my poison moth ray.
Not bad. I like it.
Poison moth ray would work too, yeah.
It's a call.
I think all
like
of these all markedly better than Rapoi moth. And I want to give as much respect to the localization team as I can. You've worked very hard. I don't know what your compensation was, given that this may have been done through Shout Factory and the show is available for free. I don't know. I want to give you my sincere thanks. This is a criticism that I'm blowing up for the sake of entertainment. I assure you we love and care you.
Yeah.
Ray Poimoth sounds like somebody running for school board. You're extremely local politician.
Gosh.
Ooh.
God, yeah.
Senator Poimoth.
Oh, I've seen your sign. I saw your sign next to Joe Kerr. Love that guy.
We got local elections coming up. There's one person who is always, got a big sign supporting a candidate, and I think it is the candidate. I think she is standing out by the intersection herself with her giant sign. I can't prove it.
Wow.
I get that vibe.
Yeah. And where you live, I would believe it.
I respect the hustle.
It seems like a close enough knit community that would just happen. We have a Rapoi moth with a side of slug shrooms.
Oh,
paired
wonderful.
with a nice Chianti. Yeah.
So
that was for me.
Thank you. I had to make the dumb noise.
If not you.
So with the
yes, go.
Go for please.
So with the fur that the toy ray moth has on him, it feels like it's just the lion spider
A little bit.
fur just repurposed, but it kind of looks like, or at least if it's waist up, it looks like a tiny skirt, and I find that very fun.
It's very cute.
It's a little endearing.
They ripped it off of the same carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his big old bushy beard.
Yeah,
It's
That's
cute.
good too. Yeah.
he's a sailor.
Roy Poymoth with the boots, waist with the fur.
I admittedly am not looking at her all that much in this episode.
She will hit the floor, nonetheless.
Many times.
As many times as necessary. God. A cute red and blue color scheme, I do like, with some, like, cream for the furs.
The whole face situation, what I wrote down for my note was looking like a background cantina alien.
Oh my god, you're so
Gosh,
right.
Yeah,
Boop,
absolutely.
boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see it. This palette really makes me feel like this is some sort of ice cream truck sherbet.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I want to lick that manta ray wing.
Hmm.
It's full of colors that look tasty to me.
Yeah, it's cotton candy flavored for sure.
Yeah.
You ever see the like Spider-Man shaped popsicles?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely what the arms got going on.
Yeah.
Whatever flavor that is, that's what's going on here.
Blue.
It's
Yeah, usually
blue
red
flavor.
and blue flavor. Whatever that constitutes
Like
for you.
they put in enough dye that you can taste it, and
Yeah.
they leave out the food coloring.
Man.
Or
Do you mean cherry and blue raspberry? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Next question. Oh man. You know, Ray Plymouth actually would be a pretty good Star Wars character name. Luke Skywalker, Ray Poymoth.
What does Poymoth do in the Star Wars universe?
Dies and like with the rest of the people in Alderaan.
Godspeed.
He's force sensitive though. He actually changed the course of history. Don't worry about it.
Oh god, no. I'd barely go here for reasons like this.
Speaking of the course of history.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yeah.
Or were you segueing to something else?
No, I was segueing to that.
Oh,
Into our
thank you
next
very
plot
much.
point.
Alright. But yes, did anyone have any other notes before we go?
No, that's what I got.
I believe that is all that I have as well.
Alright. It's time for shenanigans to start. Back at Gel Shocker Base, Shocker Leader has the intel analyzed so that they may better learn what the Anti-Shocker Alliance knows and what the scale of their organization truly is. It details that this intel was actually a red herring to outwit Gel Shocker, and that the true intel was already delivered to a certain person who will appear at noon on January 6th. Did you remember the date this episode aired? In the Anti-Shocker computer room. It is currently 11 a.m., and Shocker Leader calls off the order to destroy the Anti-Shocker Alliance until after they can steal the real intel. So that's a cute thing that they've done multiple times now, where they have events in the episode occur on the dates that the episode airs.
Yeah.
That is neat.
It also makes me think, I tried to look it up, but I didn't find it. I'll admit I didn't search very hard, though, because I didn't have time between the breaks, but it would have been really cool, I assume, if episodes aired at 11 a.m.
That would have been cute. Oh my god, it's 11 a.m. on January 6th.
Oh my god!
Hey, that's why I'm watching this. I like
Kamen
this.
Rider real for real.
I like this fake intel provided
I
by
think we all-
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
God, yeah. I think we probably all have a note about this incredible delivery that they decided to use. My note for that says, did they shove a hamster in the tube? Yeah, it's full of chipmunks and hamsters or something.
Oh man, yeah. Just decided to do this straight up chipmunkified voice for, you know, Alvin's a double agent. You know, he's always a step ahead.
Alvin and the Chiptune Monks.
Alvin Monoguchi.
Incredible. I have no other notes for that section, but God.
There's a pretty significant gap I feel between this point because that made me laugh a lot, and then the next big thing that happens in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of talking and going, oh, we're gonna do this.
Yeah. My notes focus on the return to the show of I just call him Sideburns. I cannot recall his name. I'm sorry. The anti-shock robot. Yeah, with his sideburns. I was like, oh, I wasn't sure these guys were going to stick around, but the Anti-Shocker Alliance is still here, and they're
and Chie was what I was going to say.
I don't know if I really picked up on their uniforms last time. It's just this leather jumpsuit, white gloves, white ascot or scarf that's tucked into the top of the leather jumpsuit, and it's and a domino mask, and it's you guys are
they have their own mooks.
Yeah, they look like a group of people with very specific tastes.
Yeah, I think I noticed it last time as soon as we met Seiichiro, because they're led over there by the mooks, and you can see what the mooks look like, and then you suddenly realize, oh, Chie is a go-go girl version of the rest of them.
Man, I miss the Shocker Girls.
Yeah,
I do miss the Shocker Girls a lot.
Sorry to make yet another thing bringing up shit from the first 3 episodes that I still miss. But man, that was such a silly thing. I liked it. I just like 70s go-go fashions.
Yeah, I feel like they would have fit in these episodes, though.
Right? I feel like there has always been a place for some Shocker Girls.
There always has been. But I feel like this particular set of episodes definitely would have benefited from just throw in whatever Shocker stuff, you know?
Yeah, fleshing out organizations would have felt pretty cool here.
Yeah.
Just in general, all around. But yeah, are we ready to move on, or are there any more notes?
I just have one more that I noticed. This is also kind of a carryover from the last 2 episodes, which I missed. That for some of the fight scenes, they just they don't have any other music beyond, or they don't have any other sound beyond just the impacts, and that's new, right? Or am I just completely missing all of those fight scenes in the past?
I feel either or. Sometimes there will not be whooshes. Sometimes there will only be punch noise.
There are typically punch noises, but the whooshes are not consistent.
Is there's usually some sort of score though in the background, right?
Usually, sometimes not.
Depends.
Sometimes there won't be. It really depends on the context of the fight, because occasionally something will break out at the end of the scene and they won't put anything over it.
Then maybe it's just my bias showing, getting back into it, but I was the lack of music that they put over in just a few of these fight scenes that are just kind of would be considered somewhat important is an interesting shift, because it definitely turns the tide from being heroic to just survival in an auditory sense, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I could certainly see that. Alright, with that, I will proceed. This will be a bit of a larger chunk. Meanwhile, Taki and Tachibana arrive at the Anti-Shocker Alliance headquarters, or whatever the heck they're doing. They don't really say what it is, it's just what I'm calling it.
That's where they keep their computer.
Yeah, and are preparing to analyze the intel when Shocker Rider suddenly bursts into the room, snatching the intel away and declaring it to be a disguised bomb. He ushers the group out of the room so that he can detonate it. They take cover, and when Shocker Rider inserts it into the computer, the killer sound waves activate and cause the computer to explode. The group thanks Shocker Rider for the rescue. It sounds silly, but that's just what happened. The group thanks Shocker Rider.
The killer sound waves kill computer.
Apparently.
In addition to people.
The group thanks Shocker Rider for the rescue, and as they all ponder where the real intel could be, a mysterious figure turns the corner and claims to possess it. The figure introduces himself as the man chosen by South America's Anti-Shocker Alliance, Hayato Ichimonji. Hayato notices that Shocker Rider's scarf color is different, exposing him as an imposter and forcing Shocker Rider to take the intel by force. Hayato transforms and gives chase. Shocker Rider bargains, saying that if he is killed, a second Shocker Rider that has already infiltrated the Rider Kids Core HQ will kill everyone inside. Hayato does not concede, and the two plummet down a cliffside. Hayato recovers, retrieves the intel, and informs Taki and Tachibana that HQ is in trouble and that they must return immediately. There's plenty to chew on here, I think.
Hayato is a cowboy.
Hayato is first of all a cowboy. Yeah, Hayato is a cowboy. God bless. We literally mean he strolls up in a cowboy hat and a leather jacket.
Wearing shades. He's a random cowboy passing by.
Yeah, you can hear the shoot down whistle going on as he turns the corner and walks down the long pathway. I appreciate the consistency regarding the enhanced vision of the cyborgs in this series, in that Hayato, with his enhanced cyborg vision, was able to ascertain that Shocker Rider's scarf was a different color.
He cracked the case with one question. It's like, oh, hey, Shocker, or, hey, Kamen Rider, don't you usually have a red scarf? Oh, fuck!
To which he immediately panics. Like, Taki's like, oh yeah, when did you? And then he's just like, oh!
No, shut up!
Beats them off. Yeah, beats them off with his elbows and runs. He could just be like, oh, I just felt like a change for the day, you know, I'm gonna mix it up a little.
Yeah, it was months since they last saw each other. You could have just lied.
You could have just lied. But no, the power of Hayato's gay cyborg vision is the only thing that could have saved the day here.
It's
Fair
specialized.
Pays attention to fashion.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna catch him, it's Hayato.
Got the photographer's sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, photographer. That's definitely what I mean.
Definitely photographing something.
Definitely not making wrist motions.
Not
He takes pictures all day. Anyway.
I'll say.
Nope. You will say nothing of the sort.
We got some bike stunts, which was fun. Both
Yay.
with green screens and without. It was a nice little mix.
Yes, they have a bit of a bike chase down showdown, which I didn't really elaborate on in the notes, and at a certain point, Hayato gets onto the back of the bike of Shocker Rider and has him in like a chokehold, and that's when he's like, oh, you can't kill me,
Just watch me.
Yeah, Hayato does not care. It's great, and I had wondered the implications of what it meant when they fell down the cliff and there was a huge explosion and then Hayato just walks away. And I wondered, what was the true damage in this situation? Only time will tell.
None.
Nah.
Yeah, I guess spoiler alert, it's none.
Here, I'm time.
He didn't...
None.
Yeah. He didn't, like, kill Shocker Rider. I think Shocker Rider's cyclone just exploded.
Yeah, they both avoided damage by turning into action figures for a little bit.
It was a good
Great.
action figure scene, though.
It was good.
Yeah,
I am always delighted.
Absolutely delightful action figures falling down a cliff.
My note for that scene reads, "Get him, get him. Oh, you got him. You good?"
It's a fun
No.
transition from like the action figures falling down the little miniature set to cut to Hayato just eating shit down an actual hill.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh.
I'm good. We gotta go.
Yeah, he was totally fine. Recovered perfectly.
He's also been briefed on the kids' core.
Yeah, I guess either they have it in South America or he's just privy. There's a part of me that wonders, are Hayato and Takeshi like keeping tabs on one another? Are they calling each other because of their telepathy? Can they just?
They gotta be, right?
I would like to
Yeah.
think so.
Like,
You formed a
What?
what?
Child soldiers?
I don't know about this, Hongo. Anyways, I'm still in South America.
no, it's fine, Hayato. Don't worry about it. The kids are hiring themselves and not doing anything.
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah,
They're just
so
showing
it's-
initiative.
Yeah, it's volunteer.
Yeah,
work,
sure.
It's fine.
Yeah, let's just treat this like some sort of after school program. Like we're not militarizing a bunch of 10-year-olds.
Putting them in direct danger as every shocker monster knows where our hideout is.
It's
a
just
public
daycare
building.
with a twist.
Who's to say they won't be targeted by a shocker anywhere else?
I
can't prove
guess.
this.
I guess.
There's no I guess big enough.
Absolutely not.
They're no.
Did you have a risque thought to share with the class gopher?
It's just more so stupid.
That's fair. Did we have any other notes for this section, or shall we move on?
My note for this section is just Hayato and a bunch of hearts.
Heck yeah.
Valid.
I did have Hayato with exclamation points, and I just basically commented, I can't believe he has such powerful cyborg eyes to perceive color.
What a fantastic note.
They're all dogs. Everyone's dogs. We cracked the case.
That's kind of my thought. Like, they were probably, like, all had the inability to perceive, like, reds from yellows, right? It's just weird coincidence, and then Hayato comes along. So I saw these Kamen Riders join in, and the immediate thought in my head is, this is going to end with the two Spider-Men pointing at each other. And I think the only right way to prove if I was right or wrong is to continue with the synopsis.
Very well.
Smooth.
Try to segue.
Back at base, a new shocker with a white scarf present. Oh, I got a little typo in here. Yay! Back at base, a new shocker rider with a white scarf, number 2, presents Naoki, Mitsuru, and the Rider Girls with a wrapped gift, and says it is his otoshidama for the kids, which is a traditional New Year's gift, usually money given from adults to children.
Uncle Kamen Rider is gonna give us some money so we can buy more bikes
Yay!
to patrol with.
Once opened, the gift erupts in white smoke and unleashes Reipoimoth. Shocker Rider number 2 reveals himself to the crew, and Reipoimoth blows poison powder at the group, putting them to sleep for 3 days. Make note of that, that'll be on the test. Just as Gel Shocker is gathering the group to take them away as hostages, Takeshi Hongo enters. White Shocker Rider number 2... Why did I write it that way? Shocker Rider number 2 is unfazed, claiming that Gel Shocker's computer predicted a 90% chance of Hongo's survival, and that was why they were securing the crew as hostages. Hongo transforms and gives chase as Gel Shocker loads the hostages into a van. Shocker Rider number 2 and Reipoimoth attack, giving the van time to escape. Kamen Rider is defeated and thrown from a cliff. Da da da.
Yeah, you're listing it that way because you're working your way up to Kamen Rider Mambo number 5.
I was about to say quick test. Does anyone remember what color that one is? Don't look.
I don't know. They weren't.
White. So, let's see.
No, I meant number 5.
Number 5.
Pink.
No.
No, pink was 6 because I know we made.
Pink, then number 5 was purple.
Purple.
Yes.
All right.
I
Well,
should have.
in the
I
same
should have done a
general.
countdown. Giving you limited time.
Oh no.
In any case. Oh boy! A monster. Thanks, Ryder.
Don't mention it.
I wasn't sure. Like, if Poison Raymoth was in the box, or like the box just emitted smoke as a distraction while he crept in from his hiding spot, or what?
He was under the table.
It
the whole
wasn't super
time.
clear, but I was trying to interpret it as generously as I could, and the generous interpretation was that he came out of the box. But I don't know. He really does just kind of spring up in the back when the gas comes out. I
would
sorry.
like to think it's from the box.
They dehydrated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those like sponge dinosaurs.
Yeah. I was literally thinking one of the dinosaurs. Oh, he's gonna grow huge. Who has to keep moisturizing him? Throw him in the ocean.
Put him in poison gas and wait for 5 minutes.
And then what?
Well, then he's big enough to murder you.
Wowee!
It's a great value.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, they get that. I love Hongo entering the scene. Just the casual reveal. Hey, I'm not dead, by the way.
Oh.
I was just gonna walk in here and say I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. How many times are they going to kill this man within these last few episodes? Because it's ridiculous.
But I love how he casually walks in the scene and just makes his face like, what's going on here?
Hey, wait a minute.
You're not Kamen Rider. I'm Kamen Rider.
One of my notes for this scene reads, yeah, this man has been dead like 3 times in the last 3 episodes. I believe he's invincible.
Fair.
Nothing can kill me.
Yeah, cheers. I believe you
Yeah.
entirely, honestly.
At this point, probably not. I love the occasionally, but not 100% used, Foley of them just, like, tossing trash cans or whatever that they use for Kamen Rider crashing into the ground.
It's fun.
As they did this, as he takes, like, a mid-air Captain Falcon-style knee attack, which was pretty sick, and then just rolls downhill, clanking the whole way down.
The knee attack was one of the cooler maneuvers that any of the monsters have done. I mean, it wasn't fancy, but it was something that could conceivably be a brutal team attack.
Yeah. He tossed him right into that knee. Also,
And there he goes.
doesn't he, like... I might be skipping ahead because I remember him proceeding to pretty much as casually come back to the hideout to report.
Yeah,
what
you're getting a
happened.
little ahead, but he does. He really does.
He's like, I gotta take a seat. I fucked up, guys. I fucked up real bad.
I could proceed if we'd like to get into that,
So
though.
there is one thing. Just like, is there some lore that I don't know about, like moths and butterflies and poisonous dust? Because I know, like in Pokemon, that's part of their big gimmick.
There has to be. Because, we have Pokemon, we have Kamen Rider, and then even in Dark Souls 2, there's the forest the huntsman's copes, just right, and then there's like poisonous butterflies that cover the area. So
Oh, so I guess in real life, the wings have little scales that they shed that comes off as dust. And I guess there's some folklore or superstition that the dust is poisonous.
Yeah, pretty much.
is that a confirmation or a assume? Pretty much.
That's like basically the most what comes when you Google it.
Okay,
It's just like,
Yeah.
moth's dusty.
I don't truly
Fair.
know where the sleep thing comes from exactly. The only thing I know about moths in Japanese mythology is that they're kind of like supposed to be like souls traveling into the afterlife from our world. So I don't know.
That's why they love lanterns.
That's why they love lamp terms. Okay, I'm about to get a little on a segue here.
Mhm.
Because this actually was relevant to something I did earlier today, because I remembered a very specific Blue Sky short animation that was played before the first Ice Age, which was about this old bunny lady who lives out in the middle of nowhere by herself, and she's trying to bake a carrot cake in the middle of the night and is accosted and harassed by a moth during this process. Has anybody seen that?
This
I've not.
sounds like a thing that I've seen. Like
Maybe.
let me see.
I know it was on the DVD because I never saw Ice Age in theaters. It was...
What was it? What pie was it again? Pumpkin.
What?
What pie?
Carrot.
Carrot.
I don't think the type of pie... I don't think the type of cake was super relevant, but... If you need a link, I can get you a link if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
I just didn't
Try to
think we should
Google it.
all be watching it live while doing a podcast.
No, probably
No,
not.
that's fair. But
I found it.
But in any case, this was another instance of moths representing the afterlife that I just remembered out of nowhere earlier. As flies were bothering me in the kitchen. And I was like, I'm suddenly remembering this animation where this bunny lady was experiencing a very similar frustration, and she died. This has nothing to do with anything, and I there's no meaning to derive from this based on my current situation, but there's the thread, I guess. This moth led her into the afterlife. It's all totally symbolic and has nothing to do with my issue.
And so will this moth in 3 days.
Moth
After you
kill her.
I mean, the moth doesn't really kill her. It's more of a escort, I would say. And there are, like, potential implications that it might be the soul of her late husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Bunny.
Yeah.
By Blue Sky. That's all you really need. Look it up. Watch it. Remember your childhood horrors, because it seems this animation frightened a lot of children.
Yeah, that bunny is a little haggard.
A little bit.
That's back in the Ice Age 1 days. It wasn't Blue Sky wasn't really known for being pretty.
Yeah, it's not the most glamorous depiction of an old woman.
It's real. It's gritty.
It's grit. It's realistic. It's edgy.
That's what Blue Sky is all
She
about.
got arthritis, and they're not afraid to say it.
That bunny got the gout.
That bunny got the gout.
She got orthopedic shoes.
Yeah. This bunny uses a walker with suction cups.
Tennis
That
balls.
sounds terrible.
I care. This is why you got terrible posture.
Yeah.
She's like such a real grandma. I hope all your grandmas are doing well. Everybody out there who has grandmas to be wishing well, I hope they're doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kamen Rider.
Keep them away from moths. Maybe.
Keep the moths out of your grandma's house. Buy your grandma some mothballs. And some bug screens. I am not proceeding with the synopsis, and that is what I should be doing. Are we ready to proceed? Because
Yes.
I brought us here.
Mm-hmm.
I had no real intentions either.
You brought us here, and now you're going to take us away.
To the afterlife.
Yeah. Don't make me turn this car around off the cliff. I paused to take a drink, and I thought somebody might say something, but no. Here I go.
I mean, you were just
Hayato-
talking about riding a car off the cliff, and I'm like, damn, Harold and Maude. But I digress.
Let's digress back to the subject at hand. Hayato, Taki, and Tachibana return to the vacant HQ. Hongo stumbles in after them, injured and apologetic, and informs them of recent developments. General Black calls the group over radio, bargaining the hostages in exchange for intel. Hayato, Taki, and Tachibana convene with the Anti-Shocker Alliance to discuss the terms of the arrangement. Seiichiro says that they must refuse, as the Alliance Board has already voted against them on the matter. Taki pleads for reconsideration, but Hayato stops him and declares that they will set out to rescue the hostages on their own. As they leave, Chie discreetly hands them the intel and requests that they avenge her mother who was slain by Shocker years ago. Hongo meets them along the road, still injured but determined to fight.
We literally cannot stop this man from committing violence. It's impossible.
And we never have been able to ever, and I'm a little bit endeared to the fact that Hayato is kind of the only person who has just kind of understood this implicitly.
Don't bother stopping him. Come on.
Yeah, don't even try.
It's been 94 episodes. 93.
You should know better by now. I understand that Takeshi definitely needs someone to be yelling at him to take care of himself better. It's just one of those things that you understand is a burden you're taking onto yourself that will probably never bear fruit.
Look, he's Kamen Rider. He's got to fight. That's all he's got.
Mm-hmm.
You have your friends. You have your life.
He has to
You
fight
have
for
your
his
future.
friends.
You have your
understand.
biochem degree.
He's all alone, and the biochem degree won't get him a job.
I don't understand why the biochem degree wouldn't get you... Okay, well, actually, in this economy, yes, I understand why a biochem degree wouldn't get you a job, but
I don't know. As
you
of
do
2020,
have your friends.
I feel
Okay,
like
maybe...
biochem became a much
Well,
more prolific field again.
Well, back in the 70s, perhaps, who knows. But, You have so much.
No, he only has violence.
He only has these hands, which cannot even comfort a child.
No,
They
they
can-
can only be caught by fascists.
They can only recruit children.
That too.
God. Yeah, I don't really have many notes for this, but I guess it's just sweet to see that Chie gets a little extra characterization as the one who sympathizes with their plight, just because everybody else is like, oh, we understand this sucks, but we will save thousands of people by taking down Shocker as fast as possible. But Chie sympathizes and simply doesn't want anybody to die by the hands of Shocker if possible.
You mean some people don't just walk into traps intentionally and hope it works out? Huh.
Gasp.
I always just kick their ass. What are you?
I'm the Kamen Rider.
um, I am also sort of getting ahead of myself again, but they go to the scene and they arrive, and I really enjoyed how Hongo and Hayato have the exact same synchronized dismount from their bikes.
It's good.
It's not even like
It's
a flashy
cute.
one. It's just a very normal. They're just perfectly in time with each other.
They're drift compatible. What can I say?
Yeah, no kidding. I wish they did more of the circus rolling. That's my
Yeah.
favorite tag team maneuver of dual Kamen Riders.
Like, it is nice to see all-out brawls with the both of them, but it is very satisfying to just see that synchronicity. Sure.
Synchronicity.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
Synchronicity, even better. It's great to see that synchronicity just with the two writers. I missed that when it was prevalent like 30 episodes ago. Oh my god.
Yes, I was thinking about this now that Hayato's back, and I was wondering if there was any true reason as to why Hayato is so not ever around. I really, really loved having two writers. It was a cool, fun mix-up to the dynamic. Perhaps he had other work to attend to at the time. I don't know, but every time he comes back, I'm so excited because it's just the coolest thing to have two writers in this show where we are so deprived of such a thing for most of the time.
Yeah, it's just little bursts.
Mm-hmm. I want to know, like, outside of the show, it'd be interesting to know why he had to leave. But I also want to know in canon why he came back. Like, is the job with with Brazil just done?
I'm going to assume probably not. It would be nice if he stayed at least to the end of the series, but there's a small part of me that expects him to just in a couple episodes say, well, back to South America. See ya, Hongo. Japan is safe in your hands.
Yeah, I feel like it's a
Yeah.
coin flip, but it feels like this is the set of episodes to really just keep him there for the long haul, because they're
Like,
really pushing to revealing this dude's identity. Like, that's the subject of every episode now.
It's like 5 more episodes from this episode onward. So it's just like, if he's gonna leave, why did he show up in the first place? Like,
Well, to help
I-
with all
I appreciate-
the
yeah.
8 shocker writers.
well, Congo could have taken him, but
Listen,
it's not that I don't appreciate.
he needed a second guy for their very
I'm
silly
giving you-
techniques.
Okay.
Fair. Gotta have more people doing the Looney Tunes.
The chuckling made me so suspicious. I was giving you a warning glance.
I mean, no, I usually leave
Warning.
that to you guys.
Okay. I'm
Just
perfectly
wanted to
sober
see-
today. You will get nothing from me.
So, in
For you.
addition to needing to deliver the real, true secret tape, Hayato also did make an offhand mention of, he's got to be home for New Year's.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
it is
might be the only reason.
Where's his souvenirs? Huh?
Bring us the
Cough
Brazil.
it
No
up.
Toshidama from Rider 2.
I don't know you people.
Who are you?
Yeah. Who are all of you? Where's Mary?
No, where's Mari?
Oh, hey, Ray. I did get a gift for you.
Oh, yeah, sincerely. I think the only person here he's met is Yuri and Tachibana, and
That's so
of course Taki and
sad.
Hongo.
Where's Goro?
Gonna look around. Yeah, gonna look around for
Where's
Goro.
Goro?
Where's my little buddy Goro? My bro.
Where's my best friend in the world? My little bro, my surrogate son figure,
My
Goro.
Taki, where is our kid?
You lost him. You started a kids
What do you-
core and you lost our
What do
one.
you mean?
This is why I left you, Taki.
Oh, no.
I needed a break.
This got so sad suddenly.
Taki can't hold on to either of his spouses, neither Hayato or his wife.
At least one didn't even get Thanos snapped. It's not a good excuse. It just failed.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's a new year, and Taki has 2 hands, and neither of them are for his wife.
Well,
It-
yeah.
It's a new year. I got a segue for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new year, and it's also apparently been 3 days.
Yeah, let's get into that. So, the group proceeds to the rendezvous point. The hostages are alive in the van and cry out for help. I explicitly made note of the fact that they were actively conscious in doing things. A voice calls out, and Tachibana is ordered... What? Why did I say Tachibana? That's Taki. Taki is ordered to present the intel, and a helicopter piloted by Gale Shocker soldiers arrives to retrieve it with a rope. The voice orders the rider crew destroyed, and Taki leaps up to grab the intel and is carried away by the helicopter. 6 Shocker Riders appear with colored scarves: yellow, Shocker Rider number 1, white, Shocker Rider number 2, green, Shocker Rider number 3, blue, Shocker Rider number 4, purple, Shocker Rider number 5, and pink, Shocker Rider number 6. Hongo and Hayato transform. Taki attempts to seize control of the helicopter and throws one of the soldiers down to the ground. The 8 riders stand off, preparing to battle as the episode concludes. So we've got some stuff.
Like Taki's 20-foot vertical leap.
Yeah, I guess I'll start earlier, and move my way forward with what I'd like to say. Why are they awake? This is the same day.
Yeah.
Well, they obviously could have kept him asleep for 3 days, but they gave him the wake-up powder.
The wake-up powder.
Yeah.
Can I get some wake-up powder? What does that go for on the market these days?
About $40 per tub.
Okay, what does the sleep powder go for? Because I need that too.
I don't know how much melatonin sells for these days.
It is not very expensive or effective. Apologies.
Well, you can probably get some advanced sleep powders for a lot more money.
Black market. Got it.
Yeah, how much is
flooding
Yeah.
our streets with wake-up powder?
So yeah, Taki's 20-foot vertical leap. Very impressive.
It's Japan Action Club. They're built different. Truly. I don't know
they're
why they
molded
did
by it.
not kidnap this man to make him a cyborg.
Maybe his IQ is 599.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
Be gone.
I do have a note that reads, "Go Rangers." I love that we now have the whole gay rider rainbow.
Yeah.
Because they extremely introduce themselves the exact same vibe as Go Rangers, and this is like, I believe, literally 2 years before the premiere of Go Rangers, and I don't know if Ishinomori had conceived the concept yet necessarily, but if you aren't familiar, they all come out of every direction, hop onto the scene surrounding the enemy, and they go like, Aka Ranger! Ao Ranger! Ki-Ranger! So, every single Shocker Rider did exactly that, coming from every odd direction, and then we just pan in on them. Shocker Rider number 1! Shocker Rider number 2! Shocker Rider number 3!
What could possibly be next? It could be anything.
And I won't deny, like, it's it's really tropey, but it never ceases to get me really hype.
Yeah, same. It's just like its number go up, but also with a visual component.
And color.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
color.
You know, it didn't
Speaking,
really occur to me that this was like predating Sentai. Like I thought, oh, you know, it's a Sentai team, but no, it wasn't. They didn't invent those yet.
What if
What if-
this is part of the inspiration?
What if Kamen Rider, but multiple?
So it slipped my mind to ever mention on the episode, and I was wanting to let it slide. But last time I was on, we had Centigrapede, and I kept thinking, man, what if there were like 5 of them, and they were different colors, and they were the Super Centigrapede?
Oh, that would be good.
Oh man. If only this
Speaking
was
of...
2 years later, I guess.
And doing a pun in a different language. A pun that requires both Japanese and English.
I mean,
To be fair,
they already
they're-
say Super Sentai sometimes.
yeah, and Go Ranger is very American influence. They love American. It's difficult for me to say it's coming from a true place of authenticity so much as they like American media. The original Aloe Ranger, the original Blue Ranger, is dressed like a cowboy at all times. It has nothing to do with where he's from or what he does. He just is. And the original Momo Ranger, Pink Ranger, is dressed like a Dallas cowboy cheerleader for no reason. It has nothing to do with anything. She just is. They also have a super attack that is just football.
Yeah, we love football here at Go Ranger. That always reminds me of like back in the day when Digimon was big. It was always funny. It was like, find the American character, the one in the big pink cowboy hat. Like, I think it did. It did in the following season. She just like had a big American flag shirt. Am I misremembering that? Am I going crazy?
Who watched Digimon?
I barely remember this woman's name.
Alright, well,
She's the one who looks kind of like Aerith, right?
well,
Yeah,
okay,
a
so
little bit.
It's
Cowboy
a red, white,
Aerith.
and blue shirt with a
Okay.
gold star on it. It isn't necessarily an American flag.
I'm the sheriff in town. Yeah. What a fun little thing. That was like one of the earliest like things of just like really like acknowledging that this is Japanese media, even if it was translated. Just like, oh yeah, I guess that's a good quick way to convey that information. Why not?
It'd be very funny if the inspiration for the cowboy outfit in Go Ranger was just Hayato's fit for this episode.
I would love that, honestly. I mean, he is also very gay.
Yeah.
But kind of like a different vibe gay, where Hayato's kind of really got that, he's really catty, but the Blue Ranger's he's very laid back. Struggles to remember personality traits.
Laid back, got it.
He was the chill one, he was laid back, he was a bit more mature. He had a thing with red. This is what I believe to be true.
Without having seen it, I'm gonna assume that is entirely accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one else on the team that I really would remotely ship, I think. Just those two.
I am curious though, with these riders, with these shocker riders, which one of them is your favorite?
Which is my favorite?
General question for everyone who wishes to answer.
Oh, all the shocker riders. Well, here
Yeah.
they're all so distinct.
Yeah.
Okay, so for everyone out listening to us who can't see, we always have pictures in our chat to reference while we're talking about the enemies in the episode in case we need a refresher. I was able to get renders of every single one of these guys. For whatever reason, they were out there. And every single one of these guys has an individual Wikipedia page, or an individual, like,
That
page
is
on the Kamen
amazing.
Riderpedia.
That rules.
Which is fantastic. They have appeared in other media and video games and stuff, which is incredible.
That's so funny.
They are expanded upon in Kamen Rider Spirits. Heck yes,
Yeah,
I'm
well.
Naturally.
Oh yeah,
so excited.
I totally meant to bring this up for this set of episodes because yeah, there's a whole thing in Kamen Rider Spirits about the notion of, hey, we made like 8 more Kamen Riders. And it's like during the introduction of Hayato as a Kamen Rider, where he's breaking him out of the Shocker base and they have to fight all these other these evil Kamen Riders. It's raw as hell. like these
Kamen Rider Spirits so good.
like yeah, the evil Kamen Riders are just like ripping people apart. And like, yeah, like Hayato gets his own little like bout of learning to be a cyborg freak and having his humanity removed, and he comes in to save the day for Hongo, and it's so fucking cool. Like, and I'm not gonna say this is lifted, but I think in Spirits probably saw this one and was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. We should probably use that.
Yeah. I also keep forgetting on the timeline of when the particular issue was published, but the manga does the multiple writers as well. And it also does kind of the wheel spins we see eventually. Not to get too ahead of myself, but I think it's interesting how like that concept follows through the like I guess variations of just the entire series. It's like, yeah, no, we don't need like half of this stuff, but we're keeping the multiple riders.
I think it's fun, and it really brings back the point we've fussed about jokingly before of, hey, just because one of these didn't work because you didn't finish the process, clearly it really was an effective design. Why didn't you just make another one?
We made 6.
I guess 7 with Hayato, which was another failure.
Oops.
In a sense, but whoopsies. I guess the third to 8th time is the charm, I suppose.
Yeah, we got the mind control chip in those guys, and we might not have filled them with as much cool kicking juice. And we gave them bottle rockets.
Oh, but to answer your question, Gopher, my favorite Shocker Riders are tied. I like Shocker Rider number 2 with the white scarf because for some reason it is smaller and it looks neat and it's kind of just like a tie.
Like a little necktie, yeah.
It's just a little necktie. I also really like pink.
Mm-hmm.
The concept is just fun to me.
Yeah.
I assume for almost the reverse reason.
A little bit.
It's so big in the picture,
It is, yeah. For those who do not have the image reference, it is probably, I'd say 50% bigger than the other rider scarves.
I like Shocker Rider number 3, the green one, because it's wearing like a little cape. Reminds me of Hyper Misao.
It's real good.
I like Shocker Rider number 1 because of his evil laugh.
It's so charming.
Fair enough, yeah.
What a presence. How about you?
Either 3 or 5. I think I like the way that 3 wears the green cape sort of scarf, but I'm also just a sucker for purple. So
Chucker and her before it's thin there. Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to throw in an honorable mention to Shocker number 4, who also wears the scarf slightly differently. It's like a well, no, actually, I was about to say it's like a looser knot, but it just kind of looks like it in this photo. I don't know. It's a cute
flared
color.
out.
It's
Yeah,
flared out.
It's nice.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah.
I have no issues with you aside from your fascism, I guess.
That's the big
Evil.
one, unfortunately, and it's just not yeah, that's a big one, unfortunately.
That is a big downer. But yeah, I'm sure there's potential for a good segue in there, and I couldn't find it.
Something
Point.
about, you know what else is a big downer? The plane without a pilot or something?
Yeah, big downer.
Oof.
That guy who fell out of a helicopter and just gets to be dead in the middle of the battlefield.
Oh yes, I do have a note about that. It just says, "Dang, that was a gruesome dummy shot," because you see the whole fall and you see the dummy
You
hit the
do.
ground. You watch the entire descent, and it's really gruesome for a kids show.
I
Like-
loved it. I wrote down world class dummy drop. It was killing me. Loved it.
I killed him too.
I just like how
Very
they
good.
left him there. Like, the final shot just has his corpse still lying there.
Yeah, they replace him with an actual actor, and he just lies there on the ground as a corpse amongst the riders as they stand off.
Which is great.
The poor guy.
It's like it's just so good. I've been noticing like they're getting a little darker lately with these past 3 episodes at this point. Like we have, episode 92 where it's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have these kids like kill themselves if you don't meet our demands, which I'm just like, whoa, hold the phone. That is so much darker than I was expecting you to go there. And I don't know, there's an element of brutality within these episodes as well.
Yeah. I can't help but wonder if they're ramping it up just because at this point it seems very clear that they're aware that they're drawing to a conclusion.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely not be surprised. There is a lot of elements of starting to get the ball rolling on finality. And it's just good to see after, the long middle stretch that was Ichigo.
Mm-hmm. Did we have any more notes for episode 93?
Sort of. There was a new ending?
Yeah, that sound.
Was that it?
I didn't recognize the song. I wasn't sure if it was new or not.
It's not for those of us who have been watching regularly. It happened a couple episodes ago.
Ah.
I guess I just didn't internalize it.
It is not a brand new song within, like, the soundtrack. I don't believe we ever heard, like, a lyrical version of it before they started using it as an ending. I could be wrong. But we have heard the melody before within the show a good amount of times before they changed the opening and ending to what we have currently for this last set of episodes.
Fair enough. But that was my last one.
Yeah. If you were to, like, you could trim down Ichigo a lot and not lose much. But I feel like all of like this last. Oh, you need to keep in a lot more of the Gel Shocker episodes. They're really building
Yeah.
momentum and kind of building on each other. There's still some that aren't particularly consequential, but like, you know, everything covered in this podcast episode and the last one is a. I think it's been a while since they've had like a stretch of 5 episodes where you kind of want to watch all of them to get the whole picture.
Yeah, for sure. I think a stretch of like 5 or more specifically might be the first 5 episodes being introduced to the world, honestly. Wow.
I'd be curious what a required episode list would look like. Maybe that's something we could look into if people are interested. If it doesn't exist already, perhaps if people are interested enough, leave us a comment and maybe we'll consider whipping one up for folks who are interested in a more consolidated viewing experience.
Yeah,
Certainly.
I've pondered what would be on there. But I haven't gone through and like really gotten into the weeds of doing a spreadsheet and stuff.
Yeah, I think I would ideally like to make 2 separate lists. One would be required episode view, and there would be one that it also includes recommended episodes. There's going to be plenty that don't matter in the end, but are just awesome.
I feel like Chameleon Man would be either highly recommended or required.
It would absolutely at least be recommended. I don't know if it
Like,
I think
is
Chameleon
required,
Man
but-
is required just because it's so good.
it's so good, and I think it
has one of the most legendary endings in a Kamen Rider episode.
I
that
mean,
too,
sure.
yeah. It's
I don't
culturally
know if-
significant within that.
Sure. Perhaps we're working with different definitions of required viewing, but
Where?
If you want the true Kamen Rider experience, I think that should happen.
if you want the true Kamen Rider experience, you'll just watch the whole thing.
Damn.
You watched all the many episodes. Yeah. I was gonna go with like, yes, it's good, but I also just think it's like the way it portrays Shocker is actually competent for once. Mostly. And I think the episodes where Shocker is just, ooh, we made a plan, done, oh man, we've messed it up. If we cut out most of those, I think it would have been very concise and probably still like within most of those required episodes kind of thing.
Well, in any case, is that all that we have for this episode?
I think so.
One last thing.
Mhm.
It's just up until the end of it, I was not sure if we were just going to have 8 Kamen Riders total or 8 evil Kamen Riders. So I was prepared for the worst. I was prepared for them to have an additional 2 Shocker Riders, but they capped out at 6.
I was also prepared for that, for sure.
I'll admit that my prediction was Hayato plus 6 or Hongo versus 7.
Yeah, I basically had no illusions that they weren't just going to bring in Hayato and count the 2.
I was hoping, but I didn't want to bank on it. I'm very, very happy that is what they did, though.
Yeah.
Especially for such a big story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, alright. If that is our last note for episode 93, then we will move right on ahead to the ad read. So please take a quick gander through our various things, all our socials and our projects and whatnot, and we will be back in a little bit.
Hi, this is Public Opinion. Hope you've been enjoying the show. If you're a fan and want more, You can follow us on social media at First Ride Pod on Twitter. You can check out our SoundCloud at First-Time-Rider. If you've really been enjoying the show, you can check out the Patreon at patreon.com/FirstTimeRidePod. Lots of goodies up there, show notes, stickers, and the chance to vote on the next series we cover. It's coming up soon. If you like the hosts and want to give them a follow on their separate social medias, KingFats95 is at KingFats95 on Twitter. Ditto that for Twitch. Gopher is on Twitter at WhaleGopher, and on Twitch as The Magical Whale Gopher. Action Shakespeare is on Twitter at That Gal in the Hat, and on Twitch as ACTN Shakespeare. B-Drops is on Twitter at BDropsArt, and on Twitch as B-Drops, and I am on Twitter as well, at Public Opinion RP. If you like the hosts and want more, myself included, we have an actual play podcast called Tales of Harbor, using the OVA system, streamed more or less bi-weekly on Twitch. You can follow that on Twitter at Harbor Tales, and watch it on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wordsy, WORDSE. All right. Well, I hope you've been having a good time, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Thank you so much.
And welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our little ad break. We are now going to get right back into it, just like this episode does. Episode 94, The True Identity of the Gel Shocker Leader, originally aired January 13th, 1973.
We're finally gonna find out.
We're finally going to find out! I'm so excited. Oh my god, the phrase, "we're finally" unlocked a memory in my brain of Aladdin sequel trailers on VHS.
We're finally getting
married!
They're finally getting
Oh
married.
my god.
There's a party here in Agrabah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
In any case.
I am so
let
with
me-
you on that.
Oof. Let me proceed with the synopsis for a little bit. We resume on the 8-rider standoff. The Shocker Riders close in and begin the assault. The Shocker Riders' unified rocket attack fails to destroy the Kamen Riders. Tachibana sneaks onto the scene and commandeers the hostage van, but it is accosted by Gel Shocker soldiers as he tries to escape. Seiichiro, Chie, and Anti-Shocker Alliance agents arrive to help. The Kamen Riders continue to struggle under the attack of the Shocker Riders, and Seiichiro assists them by firing a smoke bomb for cover. The Kamen Riders take the opportunity to leap into the helicopter, now piloted by Taki, with Rapoi Moth in tow as a hostage.
It's such a funny circumstance to put your kaijin in, that they just that they just got strong-armed into a vehicle, basically, and say, "You're coming with us."
Oh!
Oh,
Okay.
Oh no! Oh man!
I don't believe this has ever happened before. We've had plenty of hostages, but they've always been mooks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Well, because, like,
he just didn't have room to move.
the kaijin has always been the big bad, so it's just, like, doesn't leave a lot of opportunities for that, I think.
Yeah, I understand. But we have so many big bads.
Yeah.
What's one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were piling monsters. Most of them take the form of Kamen Rider today.
Yeah.
And spoiler, we're not even done.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
I very much
I have-
enjoyed the Kamen Riders having bottle rocket fingers.
yes. Oh my
So
god.
good.
That I had a note about that said, "Mom gave you guys finger rockets."
They went down to that trailer on the side of the road.
Yeah, we've been watching some Macross lately, so I loved their just like missile storm attack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is a very Macross review, just like, shoot a whole bunch of missiles. They can't avoid them all.
Minor note. for
But
this.
apparently, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do, as evidenced by 2 Kamen Riders just kind of ducking.
Yeah, you can in fact just duck under a rock.
Just burrow like a mole.
Oh yeah.
I love Tachibana's doing the creep, and he's trying to do stealth maneuver. It's a sneaking mission. And these motherfuckers will not shut up.
Help us!
I am trying to do something here.
Yeah, I love Tachibana's creeping, or just prowling.
Yeah.
What a VIP.
Oh, I forgot to mention it, but at the start of the previous episode, Tachibana, when he was rolling up on, what he thought was Kamen Rider and Flytra B, he just had this giant stick.
Yeah, oh my god, the Unga Bunga stick.
He's ready to beat ass.
I was hoping he would. He never actually took a swing with it. I assume because, it could have been dangerous. The stick was enormous.
Yeah, it was like at least
Comically
5
huge.
feet long and 4 inches across. It's not just like a
It's a
branch,
damn
it's
tree.
like a trunk or something.
Yeah. Hate to see it. Some of that. They're just a mist.
Ooh. They would have died as quickly as Flytra B did.
In an instant. Yeah, like these schmucks very bad at Tachibana's sneaking mission. They're not very good allies in this case. But luckily we have
Alas.
more allies with guns.
Yeah, my note just says a gun. Seiichiro just shows up with a gun-ass gun. She's got a shotgun.
I really thought it was just going to be a shotgun and he was just going to start shooting Kamen Riders.
Yeah.
He was just gonna waste them.
Like rat-a-ta. But
Terminator 1 moments.
yeah, for real. But no, it was a grenade launcher, so they're low key more than I thought.
I do think it's very funny how in a lot of media you can get away with having characters use technically escalated levels of violence as a form of censorship. Like in things that you couldn't have someone shooting an actual gun at people, you could have them have a rocket launcher and it just explodes and they go, "Wah!"
Yeah, as long as it's like the thing they said about regular show, like you can kill as many people as you want as long as they explode.
What?
Yeah.
What's that thing with like getting Solid Snake into Smash too? Like, you can have the rocket launcher, but not the pistol.
I can't remember if that was like hearsay or not anymore. Because like, especially after Bayonetta came out, it's just like, and Joker. At a certain point, it was just like, I don't know, maybe either time shifted or that was bullshit from the very beginning.
Who knows? Maybe they just really wanted to show some love to the CQC.
I mean, it's the better thing to demonstrate, and all the other. I think that weapon set is great. I think everything Snake does that isn't a gun is vastly more interesting in Metal Gear Solid. It all lines up with other things he does. Anyway. Thunk.
Oh.
That's the sound of a grenade launcher.
Yeah, it's delightful. It's sounds like a mail tube.
Pneumatic tube of destruction.
Yeah. I have one final note for this section, which says, hostages are good when we have them.
Yeah. We're the good guys.
We're the good guys. Don't worry about it. When they took hostages, that was bad, but you see, it's good for us to do so because we'll get intel.
Well,
Yeah.
when they took it, I guess
Sure, treat 'em
technically
better.
the Kamen Rider Kids Corps are combatants in the war on Shocker. But, like, I feel there's, it's more justifiable to kidnap a cyborg monster compared to, like, 2 children and the secretarial pool.
I mean, certainly. I just think the whole concept of hostages is incredibly morally dubious, particularly on this scale of combat.
True.
Yeah.
True enough.
When it's just a group of like 5 guys versus 5 guys.
They
Like,
got
oh,
5
you
guys in
kidnapped
this?
Fred! Oh my god!
I don't think they care that much. All told, I they get to work bringing him back eventually, but it's like,
I mean, fair enough, but you shouldn't base your ethics on whether they care. You shouldn't base like
I'm not saying
whether
that they
you
were.
kidnap somebody on that.
I'm just saying I don't know if it worked that well.
To be fair, I do think that Ray Poimoth was abducted explicitly for intel rather than a bargaining chip. I think they know Gil Shocker well enough at this point.
Yeah, it's an interrogation.
Yeah.
Which, not great either, but
You gotta do what
We'll
you gotta do
forgive it,
sometimes.
I guess. I don't know.
This is war.
I'm not here to say I have a sincere ethical issue with this show. I just think it's hilarious that in this hostage situation where we were very alarmed about the enemies taking hostages that we just took one ourselves.
yeah, no, that's pretty great.
It's just really funny within the same arc that this is literally the same setting, the same scene where we have rescued our hostages. We have taken one of them as our own.
So we're winning.
It's art.
It's a net game. It's like when you convert another piece in checkers.
Yeah.
Are there any more notes for this?
Nope.
All right. I think I'm going to do a bit of a big chunk here, just to avoid. It's like a collection of small chunks, so I'll just get them out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back at Gel Shocker HQ, Shocker Leader berates General Black for the failure of their plan. General Black assures Shocker Leader that he has already concocted another plan. Tachibana, Hongo, and Hayato reconvene with Seiichiro and Chie elsewhere and return the intel to Seiichiro. Chie reports that their previously damaged computer should be repaired by tomorrow morning, and that they will be able to come see the intel analyzed then. In the meantime, Seiichiro stores the intel inside a wall safe hidden behind a painting. Taki and Tachibana check in on the captive, Ray Poimoth, who has put itself to sleep. Tachibana leaves to give Hongo and Hayato rider wheel training in order to prepare them for their next encounter with Shocker riders. Ray Poimoth awakens and begins to transmit its location to Gel Shocker, and General Black deploys Slug Shroom. And that is where I will leave off.
Brilliant name.
Slug Shroom.
It's good. I want to hold off on it a second to not get ahead of ourselves because I think we all love Slug Shroom and want to talk about him.
Yeah. I just need to get that out of the way real quick.
Let's see. Working up to that point, I don't have too many notes. I have one note that says about to sleep through this torture.
Snork.
Hunk shoe.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of notes about the training session, one of which is a prediction of what it is, and I think I'll skip over that one just for fun. The other one says sad gay trumpet because this was this was the same song that they played when Hayato had his sad gay training session with Taki after being defeated.
It's
the
sad gay
seductive
training
saxophone training grounds.
Yeah.
where we have to develop new and exciting techniques. It's truly so funny. But
It's so good every time, though.
I also like how Roy Poimoth or whatever, Ray Poimoth does the kaijin equivalent of like opening one eye and going like no, I'm not actually asleep. But in this case, it's just kind of like lifting his head when he thinks no one's looking. and then screaming in a Sonic, what's it called? Transmission. But yeah, Tachibana's training technique, in which he decides that the best course of action is to do something that involves running around in a circle very, very fast. To which, yeah. We'll get to what that does. What do you think it does, viewer? I don't know.
Well, I got news for you. You're wrong.
You're wrong. Whatever you think, you're wrong. Also, we get a little Rascals stuff.
You know what?
I'm so mad because I was actually right.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You're on a level. You're on a different level, B.
I didn't make note of it, but I was fairly close as well. And I'm sad about that.
My note was world's least hidden wall safe.
Yes.
This really obvious painting. It's the only thing hung on the entire wall.
With a string on it.
Yeah, with a big string on it. So you can swing it right out of the way.
Says secrets here.
Don't worry about it.
You see, it doesn't matter, because even if your secrets are in plain view, if you are polite, you will not dig into them, you will not investigate them.
Exactly.
You gotta be some kind of...
It's all about keeping polite company.
Yeah, you gotta be some kind of slugshroom to invade your privacy like that. Also,
boy howdy.
Also, Taki's got a slime mug. I know that's like a thing. I know this is like certain tea glasses, I believe, like old school Japanese tea glasses have that thing where it just kind of looks like slime is pouring out of the top.
Yeah,
I think my
I don't know
mom's
what that style is called.
Got a set of ceramic mugs that kind of have that same kind of like drippy enamel.
Yeah, I don't know what the full origin of that, but he has like a novelty mug that has that same effect on it, but just printed.
Oh, I thought it was like actual stoneware.
I don't know. I'd have to go look again.
Yeah, I think it is just like well, we've already said that. Yeah, it's an actual thing because I know I have a few repair as well.
Everybody got the fun slime enamel.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I have an assortment of novelty mugs, and none of them includes a slime enamel ceramic tea glass.
Does one of them include Godzilla?
No.
Why not?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I have one that's got a
You
Yeti
need not
on it.
apologize.
Does
Yetis are good.
It says Stay Frosty on it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I could have thought it might go for some kind of Yeti tea pun, but I couldn't.
I mean,
come up with a good one.
Yeti, yeah. Yeah, it's a stark contrast to the other thing I bought in the same store that is a shirt that says Yeti. Wait, no. Are you Yeti for this? That's the one.
Gosh.
Bump, bump, bump,
Yeah,
bump.
bump. I had to get it. Yeah. Expedition Everest. It's a fun ride. Once again, pining for Disney parks, even though I don't really actually want to go to them that much.
It's okay. Sometimes we yearn for the imagined version of something we want to love more.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
I didn't mean that to sound sad. Who wants to talk about a giant slug?
Oh, I would love to talk about Giant Slug.
Everybody wants to talk about giant slug.
He's just like sauntering in like he owns the place.
I mean, he does, really.
Slugshroom! I guess I'll reserve my full review of Slug Shroom till the end.
Is it not
Because it was
perfect
brought
and
up-
glowing?
Not I said I'll reserve it.
Alright.
Because it was brought up for the last Kaijin, I will read it for this one as well. Slug Shroom's Japanese name is Namekuji Kinoko, which is very literal.
Yeah.
Slug mushroom.
Whatever. We got 4 more episodes. Who give a shit?
I mean, regardless of how straightforward the name is, and I don't mind straightforward names, I really like this costume.
Oh yeah. This thing
Yeah.
is dope.
Yeah,
Where do you
it's,
begin with this man?
it's an excellent shape. So
How do... Oh, go on.
I can begin. So the head, it's got like it's going back to like the bifurcated kind of 50-50 for the head. It's got an overall slug shape, 2 eye stalks and then 2 other like little pokies. These all are coming straight off the top of the head. So he's like, as a humanoid slug, it's kind of like you just take a slug body and put arms and legs on it, and it, like the head is coming off vertically. But the his right hand side of the head is slug, and then the left side is all mushroomy. It's all purple, and it's got like divots, and it's got like actual mushrooms sprouting out of it. Continuing on down the back, he's got like half a mushroom cap kind of coming off of it. It's got the gills on the bottom and the purple. It's a giant mushroom cap that also has little mushrooms growing out of it. Left arm is the slug arm, so it's kind of tan with like green and gold stripes. And the right arm is the mushroom arm, so it's got a bunch of more of that purple. And the mushrooms coming out the shoulder. And the underside of the arm and like his flank is all, mushroom gills. And like the mushroomy kind of overgrowth continues down the right leg. It's kind of like, it's very much like, what if you took a slug and then, half of it grew into a mushroom, and then more mushrooms grew out of that mushroom.
Then you gave it Last of Us disease.
You stretched it over the form of a man.
Yeah. Man, it is.
Gave it a belt.
It has been 49 episodes since our last slug.
I like the slugs.
Yeah, Namekujiro was pretty cool. This guy is very much like, oh yeah, I remember a slug man. Oh god, he's covered in mushroom. He is a diabolical looking figure. I'll put in a list of cons. Episode does not contain some kind of comedy duo that keeps happening and gets killed. What a shame.
Valid con?
1 for 2 on slugs with comedy duos.
Man, yeah, they should have had like Shocker Rider 3 and 4 doing bits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
God, what a world.
Yeah, what if one of the Shocker Riders just kept doing bits? And
God. Which one do you think would be most likely to be the bit guy?
Yeah.
For some reason, my heart says 3.
Who's Tsukomi? Who's Bokeh? I think 3 is Bokeh.
I think 3 is bokeh. I think 2 or 4 is Tsukomi.
yeah, two feels like they're pretty business focused.
He gets things done. He puts a dehydrated Raymond Ray Poyman. Yeah, he gets it done. He just wants to go, and then 3 just wants to wear his scarf like a cape.
Love that.
I feel like 6 would also join in the bits.
Maybe, yes. Enjoys the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine villains with personality.
What's that?
Yeah,
I love villains with
I
personality.
don't know. They don't fucking exist in 98 episodes of Kamen Rider, that's for sure. I can't say that fully. Like, half of the
A
reason we
select
like
number.
Chameleon Man so much, I feel like, could be argued that he has personality to a
Yeah.
degree.
Diabolical.
Yeah, that's mostly their personality, but some take it to a pretty good extreme. But yeah.
Yeah.
My main issue with Slug Shroom will probably be covered as the episode goes on. This dude rules. This dude owns. Like, he looks great. Incredibly underutilized.
Sadly.
Yeah.
He's here to fill a quota, it truly feels like, which is a shame because I really like him.
Yeah, you burned like one of your best costumes for this.
Yeah,
Like, you could have
right?
gotten me another like Showbiz Pizza Bear reject. Like, come on.
Another ugly bird.
Yeah. Could be some like purple gorilla.
Dog giraffe.
Yeah. Oh,
But
well.
not. You got like a A-tier suit here. Just does nothing.
Yeah.
Shame, innit?
Downright shame. Are we ready to proceed with the deeds of this creature?
Yeah.
Alright. That night, Seiichiro privately looks at a photo of his family, mournfully recalling how they were killed by Shocker, and reflects on how his mission to defeat them may be over soon. Slug Shroom mocks Seiichiro, slides into the room from beneath the door, and demands the intel. Seiichiro refuses and attempts to fend him off, though he fails, and his body is possessed by Slug Shroom, killing him.
Yeah. It's just a lethal process. No saving this dude.
I think I'll go through the next part. Or do I want to do that all? Whatever, I'll stop here.
I mean,
Yeah. I wasn't
I never
quite
know where to stop.
sure what happened with like I mean, what in retrospect we can tell that like, Slug Shroom possessed him. But at the time I was like, did he possess him? Did he shapeshift and like dissolve the bot? I wasn't sure exactly, but
yeah, did he control him? Zap some
Yeah,
evil
they
in
do
him?
make you piece it together for a second, because Seiichiro is like, I would rather die, I'll die defending it. And Slug Shroom says, oh, you want to die so soon, I'll grant you your wish. And then we see this kind of, admittedly, slightly, I said it was a little scary for a kid's show, if I'm being honest, but I thought it was really cool looking. They have this horror effect with the stark lighting, and the lights keep flickering as Slug Shroom is taking possession of Seiichiro's body, and then we lose sight of Slug Shroom, and only Seiichiro remains. But
But he's wrong.
But he's wrong, but he's different, but he's changed.
He gets to mean mug at the camera for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's great.
Man, speaking of possessions,
Are you excited for the next part? Because I am.
funky stuff.
Are there any more notes for this section anyone would like to go over?
I guess just a continuation of kind of what I've said at the beginning of last episode, which is like, they are doing things. They're not just, let's put a monster here and then figure it out later. And that's just a nice change of pace. I still like it.
I appreciate it, yeah. Alright. Moving along. Taki and Chie burst into the room, alarmed by Seiichiro's cries, and find him on the floor. He reports that a new monster had attacked him and retrieves the intel from the wall safe to prove to them that it was not taken. Meanwhile, Ray Poimoth escapes captivity and has 3 Gale Shocker soldiers possess the Anti-Shocker Alliance agents that were standing guard. Taki and Hongo are informed of the escape before they proceed to the Anti-Shocker Alliance computer room to see the intel analyzed. I know what we all want to talk about, but real quick, there's like some interesting, completely unspoken implication that Slugshroom has some sort of electrical manipulation ability, and it's not important
at all,
but he seems to have this power of looking directly into the camera, and then the electricity flickers wherever he is.
Spooky.
He has spooky power. Ooh, and they had a fun pink lighting in the scene where the guards are initially like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" before they are obliterated. I have a note that reads, "You guys are bad at this," when they attack Ray Poimoth. And one of them goes to stab him, and Ray Poimoth just kind of shoves the guy's hand to the side so it stabs another guy.
Right, I forgot he just redirects it.
Yeah, are these... How often do just real-ass knives show up in this show?
Knives as opposed to, like, swords? Honestly, not that often.
Yeah, I remember there being, like, a weird shocker dagger at one point, or so I think, but just regular-ass knives kind of threw me as feeling weirdly, out of place.
I mean,
Yeah, it was a little strange. So, yeah, the phrase I used was the soldiers possess the agents. So we've seen Gale Shocker and just base Shocker mooks take disguises and impersonate before. Never before like this.
How would you describe it, B?
Okay, so I kind of glossed over it in the synopsis because it wasn't particularly that important, but essentially we have 3 guards. We have 3 Alliance agents that were standing guard that were dispatched by Ray Poimoth. And then 3 Gale Shocker soldiers enter the room, and Ray Poimoth says, basically, like, there, down there, take their forms. So
Okay, boss.
what you might expect to happen would be that they would, like, strip their clothes off and get into a disguise, right? But no, as these men are all still just lying on the floor, they themselves get on their hands and knees and simply lie down atop them.
Mount them, if you will.
Before descending into their forms.
Before getting in there.
They just snuggle up and absorb their...
It really looked like they just sort of like planked atop of them. Like they got on their bodies.
Yeah.
It's
When I do say lie atop, very literally, they lined up, they oriented themselves directly on top of them, and just sank right in.
See,
just like it's that Slugshroom technology.
This is a real missed opportunity. If they're a little more wacky thinking, they could have done it like one of those edits of that guy who like falls onto his table and turns into snow. Like
Yeah.
one of those really smooth cuts where they just fall straight onto them and just disappear into their bodies. That would have been really funny. Instead, they just kind of wiggle onto them.
I don't know why this was necessary. We've never needed this before.
Also, they very nearly killed Taki immediately afterwards.
It was
He was ready.
it's quite funny.
He had the backstab
They had
lined up.
And then Hongo, as he usually does, just stumbles into the room. Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Everybody got a drink? Everybody got
It's
somebody
been
to
a
punch?
long night.
God.
God, it was pretty great. Do we have any other notes for this section?
I don't think so.
No.
Huh? It's just body
All right.
stealing.
Body snatching.
They snatched something.
All right. Let's see. The computer prints out coordinates to Shocker Leader's location in Japan near Mount Tsukuba, and the group departs immediately. Roipoi Moth ambushes them just outside of the building, and Hongo and Hayato stay behind to fight while the others move on. Kamen Rider number 2 defeats Roipoi Moth with a rider drill shoot, and they regroup with the others on the road to Shocker Leader's location.
This is not Kamen Rider number 2, the evil one.
Yeah, this is not Shocker Rider number 2, this is Kamen Rider number 2.
Hayato.
Very
Ichimonji.
distinctly. Because we haven't gotten into the convention where another Kamen Rider would have a different name.
Yeah, they're both just kind of Kamen Rider in this show.
Yeah, everything I've ever seen online always differentiates them by saying 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah. Roipoi Moth, rest in pieces. Not even like any cool tandem moves required. Hayato just comes in and drill shoots. And he's done.
Like, it's fun. This cut for the explosion's pretty smooth.
Oh yeah, it's delightful.
It's really fun, and I feel, and I could be wrong, but it looks like they might have sped up the footage of the fall a bit,
Wouldn't
so
be
it
surprised.
looks really fast, like he's just spiked into the earth and explodes.
I mean, that would be appropriate. Like, as far as I can tell, it's supposed to be some kind of crazy throw. So might as well go all in.
Yeah, I just wrote down dunked.
Moving on. Says Hayato.
Once there, they trace Gale Shocker's soldiers to find the entrance to the hidden base. Shocker Leader's voice calls out, revealing that the intel was falsely leaked, and that they have all fallen into a trap. The Shocker Riders emerge, and Seiichiro takes Chie hostage before revealing himself to be Slugshroom in disguise. A brawl breaks out. Taki, Tachibana, and Chie escape. Wow, what? Oh no, I can't believe this happened. Who could foresee?
But they tracked him down. That really slowly revealed information.
We're so
I
close to
got
the end.
you.
I thought they might really do it. I thought
I got you.
I'll admit that I didn't believe for a second that we would truly defeat Shocker Leader here, but I was hoping that we would at least get, like, maybe, because this was all about Shocker Leader's location,
Yeah.
and I doubted that that would be information that would stay concrete or be true, but we might get, like, a kernel of something that would lead us on the final storyline for the last set of episodes.
I wanted...
that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that was basically it. Like, that would just lead us to the conclusion. That's all I thought.
I just wanted to see his visage.
I bet you
Like,
do.
I do. It's been built up for 94 episodes.
I love how they get in the room. It's like a bunch of curtains, and they throw this little
ridiculous.
silhouette of the statue. It's like,
I hope his head actually looks like that.
It's definitely
Oh,
me,
it'd be so
Shocker
good.
Leader, come get me. So that was a fucking lie.
Like, I just didn't, just a mural, you know, a painting of him. Like,
that would be a
any
fun.
sort of
Like if it
Yeah,
was like
right?
just like, oh, we found out what he looks like because he's depicted here. Da da.
yeah, which I think that would have been cool.
So
But nah, we just get this Lost in Space set and this haha, we tricked you.
Yeah,
you
I
fell
was-
for it.
I didn't know what was up with the funky shocker disco, as I called it in my notes.
That's amazing.
It's the Coney Island Disco Palace. I love them seeking the space out and they're trying to interrogate a dude. And one another mook, he really should have been like sipping a soda. Like he just kind of saunters out from the secret entrance. Oh shit! Tucks back in.
Ooh.
He was extremely on break.
It was around the corner the whole time. It was just by that rock. Also Slugshroom, massive butterfingers. He has Chie dead to rights, and Taki just comes in and pulls him out of his grasp and grabs her and runs with no resistance.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Oh, Slugshroom. He's just kind of standing there for the rest of this fight. He's out of things to
Tired. He's
do.
had a long day.
He's out of spots.
Ugh, just like the cast.
Yeah, he's gonna join the Writer Girls. He's gonna get a sweater vest and a blazer. That's the level Slugshroom's at now. He gets killed by Taki. Right? Am I misremembering that? Doesn't
No.
he? No. Okay.
He does not.
He got the double rider kick, I think, right?
Did he?
Well, we would get to that
Oh,
at the end.
sorry.
I guess we're in the cusp of the grand finale.
I'll just finish this out real
I just
quick.
remember it being-
As the Kamen Riders struggle against the Shocker Riders, Taki, Tachibana, and Chie are confronted by Slugshroom. The Kamen Riders initiate the Rider Wheel, creating a cyclone that destroys the Shocker Riders, and they rush to rescue their friends from Slugshroom, defeating it with a Rider double kick. With the imposter riders and Slugshroom defeated, the crew has survived Gelshocker's trap, but Shocker Leader's identity continues to remain a mystery.
I don't know why I remembered it being so lame that Taki got the kill on the Kaijin, but at least we got a Rider double kick.
I would think it would have been really cool if Taki got a Kaijin kill, but he absolutely
would've.
didn't.
Yeah.
Or
He-
Tachibana.
That'd be so
Or
funny.
Tachibana.
That'd be even funnier. Well, Tachibana like almost killed the Kaijin once when he ambushed
Yeah.
him in his room.
Yeah,
That
if
was a
any Kaijin
mistake.
was ripe to be killed by Taki, it's Slugshroom. I hate to say it.
This guy is
Yeah.
a total jobber. I love his design. He does
Yeah.
nothing. He's there because they needed another Kaijin. Because the main event was 8 Kamen Riders.
Oh no, is this guy the number one jobber?
He might be, just by virtue of truly inactivity. He get
Like,
his ruse didn't even do anything.
yeah, like it's just.
I guess he implanted fake info. Was that the idea?
See,
I mean,
I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
but if you just didn't give the info,
It seemed like I feel like the implication, and I could be wrong because they're never entirely super clear about it, was that the leaked information from the get-go, like the information that they had from the beginning that was supposed to be given to Hayato because the other one was originally a red herring, was always fake, that it was always leaked, always a ruse.
Why did they go through all that trouble then?
I don't know.
God,
I
there's-
want to. My thought is that it was like a fairly solid ruse to just kill Kamen Rider, and then
I guess. We brought 6 Kamen Riders.
like they have 6 Kamen Riders, and they're making cyborgs frequent, like en masse at this point. So they like it feels like they have the resources if they do this to move forward with the plans. But
Yeah, I guess
But
it
they
was
did-
just an all-out crazy plan to kill the Kamen Riders, and I guess like part of it was a plan to kill both Kamen Riders because they had the fake info and then the quote unquote real info to get Hayato up here.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a fun plan.
But their plan didn't anticipate the dumbest special move in all of history.
God.
They did not anticipate the power of running around in a circle very fast. And also, I don't know what it is about this technique that really it was banking on and effectively caused all the other riders to chase after them in turn in a circle.
Yeah, this is another instance where I'm trying to be generous with the interpretation of what they could do versus what I think the intention was. And I think the intention was that they ran so fast that it swept them up into it.
Okay.
I don't blame anyone for thinking otherwise. I'm just trying to be very generous.
I don't know if that's better is the problem.
So yeah, I was like trying to juggle two possibilities. Either they run fast and it, you know, the Shocker Riders kind of chase them and get caught up in the cyclone, and then when they jump, the vortex kind of closes and sucks them into the center where they collide and explode. The other interpretation that was kind of what I was thinking at the time was like the Kamen, our true hero at Kamen Riders, they get the Shocker Riders to chase them, and then they jump towards each other, but they use their superior teamwork and agility to dodge, while like the Shocker Riders do not have that skill and all collide.
That's a little what it read more as, I guess, to me. To which I can only assume that they also turned the Shocker Riders into Pikmin, so they would follow them very closely. It was... But I did like the idea that it was just like a mind game that was just entirely based around, alright, and then we jump, but we miss each other, but these idiots... They're all gonna hit, and it's gonna be a whole collision of action figures.
Oh,
It's a real big mess gonna happen.
this fight was something because I have 3 notes back to back. Note 1. They better not kill all these riders in the last 5 minutes. Note 2. This fight scene is great. Note 3. I cannot believe that. That was so stupid. God damn it.
The fight scene itself was really fun. Like they actually did a lot of fun, like vaulting over other riders to hit riders and stuff like that. Like good group fighting choreography.
It was great, and I was like, they're probably gonna kill a few of the riders and need a retreat, and then the rest of the series is gonna be hunting them down and
Yeah, right.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not. Do you
fucking
think
right.
Tachibana trains in half measures?
Foolish.
Do you think Tachibana would not
Yeah.
train our riders until they're ready to beat them all bloody?
You're so right.
Yeah, Tachibana accepts nothing less than 100% destruction.
Tachibana doesn't even need to be a Kamen Rider to just destroy everything in his path. Man.
He is the wise man we all listen to for a reason. He's our master.
He is.
And then they kick Slugshroom. I didn't prepare for a fight.
We got the punching POV, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, always great. He didn't have any offensive moves. He doesn't have any special moves. He don't even breathe fire. He didn't even have standard Shocker monster move.
Like, man, like both the writers were distracted by the other 6, and then like the slug shroom was kind of encroaching in on the just human, like the not cyborg folks.
Oh, gonna
And
get
I'm
you.
like, that's such a good setup, and then it just didn't have any payoff.
The payoff was they succeeded. He didn't. The payoff was, oh, he's gonna get them. Oh, they better act fast. They acted fast.
It's the equivalent of like playing peekaboo.
And you're the baby. And you keep falling for it.
You're like, oh, we have plot. Surprise! No, we don't. Where's the plot? Oh, there's the plot. Where is it? It's just, God.
You've been up for 98
I think the thing that I hate most is that now that I've actually considered the idea of a essential watch list for Kamen Rider Ichigo, and I mean pure essential, not recommended.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if these episodes would qualify.
Remains to be
This
seen.
whole
They are-
Shocker Rider sequence ended up not really meaning much.
Yeah, they're kind of they're non-starts. Like they promise, or I guess non-finishes. I don't know. They promise things that they never deliver on.
It sucks because this was probably the most coherent 3-parter as far as like a continuous storyline goes.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
To your point of would these be included? I get we have to see if this anti-shocker alliance is continuing forward, going to be with us and do things. Because if they aren't,
would like them
then it's
to.
not.
So the thing is, it entirely depends on one thing, which means I already think we'll never see these guys again.
Right?
And this one thing is this. Will Chie come back? Because she is the only surviving member of the Anti-Shocker Alliance here in Japan, apparently. They had 5 people total for some reason, I guess.
Maybe they got some guys in reserve. I don't know. We'll dig
You
out
know
some more
what?
masks.
Like, I know we have other branches in other continents, but here, we are relying upon the idea that the showrunners will care about the character Chie and bring her back into relevancy. Or, what's also possibly likely is that they would introduce some random extra person who has never been seen or addressed, and they'll just be the new representative of the Anti-Shocker Alliance for no reason. Screw you.
Yeah, it's
So, this reminds me of a thing that I wanted to bring up as we have less to talk about the actual episode, more of the future. We're talking a lot lately, and even in previous episodes, but a lot lately as we draw towards these more final episodes, about the identity of the Shocker leader. Now, I think the implication of saying it's someone's identity means that we should probably know who it is when it's revealed. Though I guess it's more just like... Though I don't know if this is a case of that being a thing. Or if it's the most brain dead, simple, like, well, what do you who he is as an actual person? That's all we mean. Like, and I feel like that's very possible. Like, I'm holding out that that's going to just be what it is. But like, it does get my brain wheels turning, because it's like, if the implication is that this is going to be somebody knows, is the Anti-Shocker Alliance going to be relevant characters? Is it going to be tied to one of them? Questions abound in my head about this specific thing.
See, I think that's a very interesting thought. I'm just not sure if the writers will go for it. Like, because the whole thing, the Anti-Shocker Alliance, was introduced when it's like, oh, prove you're not a Shocker, and then Chie kills a Shocker Mook, but that doesn't prove anything. And we just kind of go from there.
What if she's Shocker leader?
And I'm like, that would be pretty cool if she was.
Or
I
what
don't-
if Shocker leader is Chie's mom the whole time?
that would work
Gasp.
too. Like,
That's what I would do.
just any connection. I don't care if it's Mari, just any connection.
It's Goro.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's Goro. You know he's capable of it.
Monkey spot. Yeah,
Is he old enough for it?
he's got the influence.
He would have probably been like 5 at the, we don't, so like 5 turned 8 by the time the series ends or something like that. I think he could do it.
I think you vastly. Wait, Goro's not that young.
Did you say by the series end?
How old is Goro?
Goro's like,
He's probably like 12,
Yeah.
maybe 10 to 12.
All right, so he's probably 5 to 12. That's even more time to hone the craft of
He's-
being a super spy.
it's your timeline.
He's KO.
What's the name of that girl? Okay, so let's see. We got what's his face, the Cafe Amigo waiter. The,
Cheeto.
Oh man, it's me. The whole
There's-
time.
God.
there's
Ruriko.
the girl that Ruriko.
Yeah, all these original run characters are clearly the Shocker leader. Because why else would they disappear?
They've fused brains,
Mm.
and they're all one person now, and then they're the Shocker leader.
Shocker leader is just freaking Hitler's brain in a jar.
Yeah, we got it. Chameleon Man.
I'd be-
Don't worry about it. Like we were gonna dig up Hitler's grave, but we already got his brain. It's all right.
Well, the grave was just for the money.
Right, it did have a secret stash.
The Hitler's sunken treasure.
Certainly is.
and the explanation for who Hitler was. That episode rules. And it's I don't
It's
care
so-
how actually
it's so
relevant it
good.
is. That is necessary viewing.
Like, I absolutely... That is kind of the only reason I would make a recommended and an essential, because I refuse to make a list that doesn't include that. I need at least one list to include the Chameleon Man episodes.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think the essential watch list will probably be like episode 1 through 3, wherever Hayato was introduced, and then the last 2 episodes. I'm gonna guess that's the only essential watching that we need.
Yeah, I guess like if you really want the barest bones of like what this show is about, yes, that's it. Those are the plot episodes.
It sucks, because that's typically what an essentials episode list is when you have a long series. It is just anything that...
I guess
Anything and only the episodes that contain core plot
the
elements.
introduction of Gel Shocker.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have Gel Shocker,
sure.
Hayato.
I don't know. Would you include the
Like
death
the
of
first
each
3 episodes.
general?
It's never come up again.
Probably. You'd probably include
Well,
the introduction of each general and the death of each general.
I guess so.
Yeah,
You might as well,
And-
right?
Yeah, you would. Gel Shocker. We haven't had General Black die yet, so he's probably going to be here until the end.
Yeah,
What if it's just General Black that's the Shocker leader?
that'd be so silly.
I would feel so ripped off.
That would suck so much.
I would be very
maybe
upset.
the worst option. I would rather have a stranger.
Yeah.
I need to know that someone is authentically yelling at him.
Yeah, right. I just love yelling at myself. Oh man. Yeah, like it in my greasy, cynical heart. It's just like, yeah, it's probably just gonna be some guy, and he's gonna have some form. It's less about who he is and more that he has a physical form that we get to meet and destroy.
And beat.
Yeah, we just want to find him is more what we're focusing on, but they're phrasing it like he has an identity that we should be aware of. It's Hongo
Ooh,
from
meet
the
and
future.
Beat does not sound good.
Meet Beat Mania.
So, since it's the same leader the whole time, right? As far as we know.
Yeah.
So
So
do you think do you think he's gonna have a traditional shocker? He is only one kind of animal monster form.
what I would like to see is a legacy shocker form, pre this form of shocker. There is some other proto shocker, and he's still in that sort of phase. I think that'd be cool.
So a Nazi.
One step removed still.
Between Nazis and Shocker, there was something here.
When the seeds of Shocker were planted of just we're gonna make the cyborgs, and this is the first cyborg kind of thing.
He's gonna be a Kamen Rider. He's just gonna be another kind of Kamen Rider.
God, what if he just has a black scarf?
Right? This is a Kamen Rider with a black scarf. Maybe a bigger set of antenna.
I hope he's got big shoulder
I'm-
pads or something.
Yeah, big old shoulder, spike
And a
shoulder
cape.
pads.
May I say my sincere prediction?
Yeah.
This will go on the record.
All for it.
I think he's just going to look like the Shocker logo. And I don't mean he's just going to be a big floating logo, like a big obelisk. No, I think he's going to be he's going to look too much like the silhouette we saw. He's going to have big shoulder pads and a cape, and he's just going to have a big headpiece that looks like the Shocker logo. And potentially he might have an eagle claw and a snake head for his hands, but other than that, I think that's about as crazy as we're getting.
So yeah,
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
when you said it, my head was taking it a little cooler. It was oh yeah, I guess he probably will just be an eagle man with a snake wrapped around him. That would be pretty neat, I guess, as far as anything.
Perhaps I'm being too cynical, because they're still pulling out good designs. Writing aside, we just got Slug Shroom, and I love Slug Shroom.
Well, he's gone. Say goodbye.
No,
Throwing him down
refuse.
this cliff at high speeds.
I will not mourn.
They are pulling out good designs. I'm just when you build something up for what's essentially 26 hours of media, it's hard to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like we've hit another bout of cynicism after this episode ended the way it did, where we lost all of our Shocker riders in one fell swoop within the span of a minute, and then we ended the episode with literally no new leads whatsoever. We are actually right back where we started, and none of this mattered.
Yeah.
Because it's even if it was just you killed 5 of them and one of them escaped, that would have been so cool. But it's difficult to not be cynical about the storytelling found within Ichigo, because when they are telling a story, it's engaging. I very much enjoyed the past 4 episodes. And then it the arc ends.
Yeah. Here's to hoping that it picks up in a way we get excited about again, because I believe we were all very excited about this arc.
Mm-hmm.
It was largely fun.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the typical criticisms of, oh look, a monster came in to do absolutely nothing because we have a quota to meet, arbitrarily. And more than anything, that quota feels like it's holding them back from being able to give more screen time and development to their multi-episode big bads.
Yeah.
Detraction, but
I mean,
in any case,
we do have another 4 episodes, so they could
yes,
just do it again, hopefully. But
Yeah,
we shall have to see.
I've been having a good time with this stretch, and it didn't really occur to me until you mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, I guess nothing did change.
Yeah.
Oops.
I mean,
that's
it's very par for the course.
yeah. I know it's par for the course, but I feel bad because I'll admit that was my only actual hope for this set of episodes. No, I had 2. One was that Hayato was included within the 8 riders, and 2, that while I didn't truly expect Shocker Leader to be killed this episode, I expected something to shake up the status quo in a way that led us on to another storyline wherein we are leading to the end. Our final 4 episodes are moving towards a unified direction of taking down Shocker, Gel Shocker, and Gel Shocker's leader. We are not just rummaging around blindly in the dark anymore. For our final 4 episodes. Final 4!
My prediction is this next episode is going to be a little gap, and we'll get to a 3-parter.
That's probably true.
You're probably right. Yeah, do we have any other thoughts for episode 94, or just this set of episodes, or any reflections in general?
All
Before we
complaining.
wrap up?
All complaining at the end. I did very much enjoy these episodes.
I still think about Taki just dumping that guy at the helicopter and then that mannequin just
It was gruesome.
flop into the ground.
I was sincerely expecting a cutaway of some
Wasted.
sort because, I don't know, it felt incredibly gruesome to see the mannequin fall entirely from the helicopter in a single shot, and we
Mhm.
see the entire journey to the Earth and the impact in the single shot. It's just, it was pretty gruesome for me, and I'm like, oh, is that okay for a kid's show?
In the
I guess it's
70s.
fine.
Get away with lots of shit.
Yeah, I guess.
It was a cool shot, though.
I think that's it. I don't know.
All right. Well, general complaints aside, I think I also generally enjoyed these. It just had that little blemish at the end for not meeting my expectations, but to an extent that is my fault, and I had fun for the most part. And I think that's what matters. And speaking of what matters, thank you so very much for joining us for another episode of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. I would like to real quick remind you, if you have not done so already, if you are interested, please do check out our Patreon. We are, as we've said so many times before, nearing the end of this first part of our journey through Kamen Rider Ichigo. To be completely frank, we have one more recorded episode after this, and then a special event planned after that, to round out the series, and that'll be it. So we are quite literally in the final stretch here.
Yeah.
So please check it out. And as always, if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.